their fastest players. He's going to have to dive. Zach Payson dives in with enough time to tie up the game.
Infamous struggled during the 2013 season. Fighting through relegation matches was frequent, however the first event of the 2014 season was a completely different story. Our story begins in Maryland, where Infamous prepares for the second event of the PSP season.
It was fast-paced, in your face. This is slow, methodical, gotta use your brain. A lot of, the one players, the front guys, I think on every team are going to have a problem if they're trying to push it down the field, and on the Snake side in particular, that's the side where you got a lot of open field, open lanes to get shot. So you got to take your time and be, really smart and just think about your moves. And if they're not in there, there's no reason to rush in there. Just take your time. I think as a team we're able to adapt because we've been together for going on 3 years of the same guys, the same group of guys being together. We know how to play with each other, and we know how to play off of each other. So it's going to be a good transition to see what our team is capable of, and I know my team is capable of doing it. I said it in Dallas when we were going there that we're capable of anything. It's up to us.
We're right next to the hotel.
Why are you dropping
so we start taking our shirts off, we're going to jump in the water, and I'm like, dude, I don't have any underwear on. Zach's like, so no underwear? And he just strips down completely, jumps in the water, comes back out, and this is the size of his penis. This is actually his penis right here. Come on now.
What if you ran the corner and then edged the god?
Try to get that kill on back sooner.
Because I think that guy's gonna be iffy.
Yeah, good call. But don't get overconfident because you're like, these guys suck. Don't take it for granted that you may have shot a guy, but you just say these guys suck and you don't read that information.
Infamous is a different team this season. It was a man reborn in Dallas. With 3 solid Snake attackers, a versatile roster across the board, the momentum from the Dallas win, Infamous is the team to beat at the Mid-Atlantic Open. Los Angeles Infamous won the first event. They had a terrible, I wouldn't say that terrible year last year, but as far as Infamous is concerned, not the way they wanted to play. But they added some firepower, and they look really strong this year. So here we go on the breakout. You're looking at Shock, and they break a huge breakout all the way to D2. We have not seen that yet. Did he make it in there alive? The referee's going to get in there and check him out. Let's see if Infamous was able to pick him up. And it looks like immediately a major penalty on Chicago after Shock. So 2 bodies drop early for them. That's going to give the advantage to Infamous.
Brad McCurley now in that 50. If he can wrap around, we'll have a shot in on Velez.
Velez dies as well, so it's now just Markowski, and he trades out with Brad McCurley.
So the only good thing for Aftershock at that point was the fact that they were able to burn off that major.
Yeah, that was huge. That's huge, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, we're confident in our abilities. We're confident in what we've been doing. We worked really hard in between these 2 events to stay on the top. It's difficult to win in this league. It's even harder to continue winning in this league. So we know everybody's gunning for us, so we're not taking anybody lightly.
What kind of strategies are you running? Are we going to see you go out wide at all? Are you going to stay at the inside bunkers, go for that X play?
I mean, it's tough to get wide on this field. If we can, it gives us a big advantage. So we're just going to take what they give us.
All right, we'll see if Infamous can...
After winning the first point of the tournament against Aftershock, Infamous started to struggle off the break, and their first match after winning PSP Dallas was slipping away.
We had a couple hiccups. We weren't really prepared internally with some stuff we could control and didn't come out as focused as we needed to be, and dropped our first game. Just weren't really ready to play them as tough as we needed to, and they were just ready to come out on fire. So.
Comes Bobby Aviles on the move. Bobby Aviles kind of had his gun down a little bit, Todd, on that run through. I think when Bobby launched, he had his gun down. He might have tripped and stumbled a little bit, couldn't quite see. He was not able to make the trade, so Bobby Aviles, understanding he had to push forward, and so Infamous is forced to concede the point. That means Shock is going to go up now. So Infamous not able to get it done. They are going to lose this match, Todd. What a crazy turn of events here. Chicago Aftershock coming into their first game against a team that won the event at the last event. And no one expected this to happen except for the diehard Aftershock fans. You're getting an Infamous team that literally played paintball yesterday, doing drills until it was dark. They trained tons of drills. They did everything they possibly could.
It's on us. It's not on anyone else but ourselves. It's on us. Okay? It's not a blame game, motherfuckers. It's Infamous coming out. Let's go. Being a family, fucking these motherfuckers up. Right? We gotta want it more than everyone else. Just like fucking the last event, everyone wants to keep the shit out of it. No one shows us fucking respect. Alright? We come out here, we punch in the face. We earn the fucking respect, alright, motherfuckers? Let's go. Get back up to the next fucking match. Hold back! Hold back! Hold back! 1, 2, 3,
basically, we just went over how we had a rough morning. Things didn't go our way our first match. We didn't really get to play paintball. Once we were able to actually get on the field and start working as a unit, and you know, we just talked about all the stuff that we did in practice and back to our fundamentals and just Infamous style paintball. And
it's all I wanna do. It's all I wanna do. Believe, believe, believe. It's all I wanna do. Believe, believe, believe. It's all I wanna do. Believe, believe, believe. It's all I wanna do.
After 15 minutes of regulation played out, Ironman held on to a 1-point lead. However, Infamous was certainly not out of the match.
So the last point of regulation was that's actually, I think that's the point I got the major.
Oh boy! Worst case scenario for Los Angeles Infamous right now is their.
I know.
And Zach and Callie and I think Drew is still alive. Killed the majors.
Communicating with each other, trying to protect Alex Rodriguez. So everybody's kind of sleeping on Drew Templeton right now. And Callie Rudolph does get out of the box alive. So, but what can he do? And there he goes, makes a move, gets into the 50.
Beautiful move.
25 seconds.
No, the bodies are alive, and here comes
Oh, he
Drew.
shoots Marcelo.
And Drew makes a dynamic move. He gets a body. He ends up getting shot. We might see a penalty here. He just decides to cannonball up the field, and I think with Zach Patient, is he going to have enough time? He's one of their fastest players. He's going to have to dive. Zach Patient dives in with enough time to tie up the game. So at the end of regulation, Infamous
ended up pulling out a 3-on-3 with like probably 6-7 seconds left, and Zach Patient happened to just have enough time to grab the flag, run it, and dive with probably half a second left on the clock. You know, it's real nerve-wracking, but real clutch, and we ended up going to overtime. They lost body quick. We didn't lose anybody. You know, it's just one of those fields you can lock down and cover lanes. It ended up being slow, 2.5 minutes, and then we tried making something happen at the end to go for the win. And we ended up losing a couple bodies, and then time ran out. Nobody got the win. Both got a point for the tie.
Letting a guy in that corner is a time burn. So we're not doing it right yet. We gotta figure this shit out. So let's focus, continue to watch games, get our heads right for tomorrow.
Come on, dude. Let's go, man. Hey, was shooting good. Let's fucking do that. 1, 2, 3.
There was 1 point.
We tied the Ironman, so we really kind of dug ourselves a hole, but fortunately we have experience playing on our heels, so we just have to come out and play really strong today.
That's it. We're gonna take this point by fucking point. Everybody be ready to play at any point in time. Be ready to play as if this is going to be a 1-0 game, and that's the final, okay? So if you're gonna drag us to a fucking 8-minute point, just win the motherfucker. That's all I can ask.
It's a new team for our Chaos, and we played them in the Millennium before, but they are a really good pocket team, so we just have to be patient against them and really work together in that 1-2 operation and not try to do anything on our own, because they're very dedicated on their lanes, and they'll make you pay if you try to do anything on your own, so you just have to work together and play smart.
We knew that they like to bottle it up at certain points, and they like to go wide certain points. So, you know, we just really focused on getting our guns up on the break, maybe getting a G or two, and just slowing down, playing smart ball.
The first match couldn't have started off any better for Infamous. Our Chaos gets a major penalty in the starting seconds of the match, giving Infamous an early lead. Chaos comes back in the second point with a quick kill off the break, finishing off Nikki Cuba in the corner.
You know, it really was no magic potion secret to the game. It's just playing that smart, methodical paintball on this long, drawn-out field.
Because this match was a must-win scenario for Infamous, the sense of urgency was obvious during every point. Infamous took over the match early, but needed every point to help them move out of the prelims.
Yeah, Infamous trying to get that extra point because they did have that tie, and trying to get everything that they possibly can. Nikki Cuba.
Nikki Cuba is pumped. Nikki Cuba, 5 confirmed kills for him in this particular game.
We've been in this situation before where, you know, it's do or die or backs against the wall, and, you know, we thrive in those situations. You know, it's going to be real tight getting into the top 4 Sunday ball, but, you know, we got to beat Dynasty, and it's in our hands. So that's basically just what we said to each other. We got each other's backs. We know we can do it. We just got to come out here and execute.
Right. Fucking team, good fucking day.
Short-term memory. Yesterday's done with. That game done with. Our fates are in fucking hands. We got no more last-second fucking throws. Just beat the shit out of them, huh? Focus, calm, cool, collective, motherfuckers. What's going on, all right? Family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Family!
Similar to the 2013 season, they were left with a situation where a convincing win would save them from relegation matches. However, a loss would secure their spot in an 8 a.m. relegation match against Upton 187.
Infamous loses. I think that is Zach Patient trying to get out wide. They also lose Brad McCurley, so not looking good for Infamous at this point, Todd.
We talked about this. We have the 10 best teams here. This is going to happen all year long.
Well, that's what was so. I was just going to say that too. I totally agree with you, because how crazy would it be for Infamous to win the first event and then have to play in a relegation match in the second event?
And Drew Templeton, but Drew Templeton gets shot in the goggles. So a quick point for Dynasty is going to make it a 4-0 game right now. And, you know, if we're going to see, you know, a potential, if Infamous loses, you know, this point spread's being pretty bad. If there's any sort of tiebreaker, you know, this point spread could definitely hurt Infamous right now.
And trying to, he's going to have to push forward. As soon as he's got his guy in, he's got to make his move, because they need to score a series of 1-minute points here.
Infamous put together a last-minute push, however is too little too late. Dynasty holds onto their lead, sending Infamous to the relegation match.
Getting destroyed, so wow. Todd.
Yeah, Infamous trying to just, you know, push up the field too fast. Kind of got cut down through zones, got stuck in the open, and
there goes their chances. So that was an interesting little note there, is that Dynasty only started with 3 bodies and they had a minor penalty. They didn't get that 4th guy out, and then Infamous. Two professional divisions. The bottom 4 from the Champions Division play in these relegation matches, and the losers bump down to the Challengers Division. As Brad McCurley bumps out this way, and so does Drew Templeton. And then the bodies are starting to peel off right now. Upton 187 crew. Sina gets shot out, and then Matthew Tarula gets shot out as well too. So just Dan Zaleski left alive, and they are going to be forced to concede the point.
Damian Ryan got shot in the center, which allowed 187 to double up the A. A move down the snake for 187 helped put their first point on the board.
I could hear it in the wind, that melody that they would play every single day to remind us it was over.
Infamous played the pocket and got an early set of kills on 187, giving them the 3-1 lead. Matthew Tarula hits the A and kills all 5 Infamous players, bringing the score Infamous 3, Upton 2. The point came down to a 3-on-3, and a methodical set of moves from Kevin Callie Rudolph gave them the 4-2 lead. An early kill gave the advantage to 187, where Zaleski is able to clean up from the snake side.
Every night I could hear it, I remember. I could hear it in the wind, that melody that they would play.
The score was 4-3 in Infamous's favor. This is where things start to go wrong. Nikki Cuba gets a major penalty which gives 187 a quick point, but the score is now tied and Infamous starts a body down. With only 1 minute and 39 seconds left, Infamous held out the point and was able to take the match to overtime. However, the penalty will still cause Infamous to start the overtime point with only 4 players.
I don't literally think I've ever been so upset in my entire life. It was a horrible feeling. I mean, it's at that moment, it's like, you know, you're not winning Chicago. It was a horrible feeling. We came back. We really didn't need to say anything after we lost. We knew what was at stake before we played the game. We knew what was at stake when we lost, or we knew what we lost when we lost. Obviously, we never wanted to put ourselves in this situation, but we definitely want to get out of this situation as quickly as possible, which means this event, we go in strong. We practice harder than we did for any other event, harder than we did before we won Dallas, harder than we did for sure before MAO, and go in there and take every game like it's a pro game, because you can't underestimate any of these teams either. It's not like they have no idea what they're doing. They're solid teams too. Let's go in there, play them strong, show that we are a pro team and that we don't deserve to be in there, and show that through just beating the shit out of everybody. So that's our goal. I mean, that's our goal in the pro, but we want to get out of there because we know we don't deserve to be there. That's our focus through practice, just like it is with every other tournament, going tough and play to win, you know.
I don't. What'd you say, Billy? Yo, Ruth, this motherfucker, you got a squeegee? I wish to win the event.